NotebookLM plus Antigravity. Build anything. You're watching tutorials on how to code. You're trying to figure out where to even start. You're spending hours on something that should take minutes. Meanwhile, someone else just built their app and launched it. No code, no confusion, just results. Hi, I'm Hada. Today, I'm showing you how to combine two free Google tools to go from idea to working app faster than you thought possible. NotebookLM and Google Antigravity. These aren't hype tools. They're real platforms you can use right now. And I'm going to walk you through exactly how they work together. Before we get into it, let me be clear. Everything I'm showing you is based on actual features these tools have. No fake stories, no made-up examples, just what these tools can actually do and how you can use them today. Here's what we're covering. First, what NotebookLM actually does and why it matters for planning. Second, what Google Antigravity is and how it builds apps autonomously. Third, the exact workflow to go from research to working prototype. And finally, the mistakes people make and how to avoid them. Let's start with NotebookLM. Google upgraded it to Gemini 3 in December 2025. You upload sources like PDFs, Google Docs, websites, YouTube videos, text files. NotebookLM reads everything and only answers based on what you gave it. It's grounded in your specific sources, not random internet data. The free version lets you upload 50 sources per notebook. Each source can be up to 500,000 words. You can also export notebooks directly into the Gemini app to combine multiple notebooks or generate images based on your research. NotebookLM has this feature called Data Tables. It launched December 23, 2025. You upload messy research or documents and it synthesizes everything into clean, structured tables. Then you export those tables directly to Google Sheets. Think about that. Upload competitor websites or market research. NotebookLM organizes pricing, features, target audiences into a comparison table. You get structured data without manually copying information for hours. The studio section is where NotebookLM generates outputs. Audio overviews create podcast-style discussions about your content. 2 AI hosts talking through your material. Video overviews do the same, but with visuals. You can also generate study guides, briefing documents, mind maps, timelines, slide decks, and infographics, all from your uploaded sources. The mind map feature is useful for planning apps. Upload documents about your idea and NotebookLM creates a visual map showing how concepts connect. You can see relationships between features or user needs that might not be obvious in text form. When I first started using NotebookLM, I was overwhelmed. That's when I found this community called AI Profit Boardroom. With over 2,000 members, all focused on learning AI together and sharing what actually works. It taught me which workflows save time versus which ones waste it. The community shares real use cases and practical implementations. If you're serious about using AI to improve your work and skills, check it out. Link in description. Now let's talk about Google Antigravity. This launched November 18th, 2025, alongside Gemini 3. It's what Google calls an agentic development platform. You describe what you want to build. The AI agents plan the project, write the code, test it in the terminal, and verify it works in the browser, all autonomously. Antigravity has 2 main views. Editor view looks like a standard coding environment, similar to Visual Studio Code. You get tab completions and inline commands if you want hands-on control. Agent Manager view is mission control. This is where you orchestrate multiple AI agents working on different tasks at the same time. The workflow is straightforward. You give Antigravity a prompt describing your app. The agents create a detailed plan, folder structure, files they'll create, dependencies they'll install, steps they'll take. They show you this plan and ask for approval before doing anything. That's important. You review the plan first. Once you approve, the agents work. They write code across multiple files. They install dependencies, they run tests, they launch browsers to verify the interface works. As they work, they generate artifacts like task lists, implementation plans, screenshots, and browser recordings showing exactly what they built. You can verify your app works without understanding the code. Antigravity is free during public preview, works on Mac, Windows, and Linux. It primarily uses Gemini 3 Pro with generous rate limits, but you can switch to Claude Sonnet 4.5 or OpenAI models if you prefer. You can even toggle between models within the same project depending on what works best. There's a feature called Deep Think Mode. When you enable it, Gemini 3 Pro takes longer but produces more accurate results for complex problems. Data migrations, schema refactors, tricky algorithmic code. Turn it off for quick fixes to keep things fast. On SWE Bench Verified, which tests whether AI can resolve real GitHub issues in production code bases, Antigravity scored 76.2%. That's not a toy benchmark. That's real software engineering tasks. So how do these tools work together? Here's the practical workflow. Use NotebookLM to plan your app. Upload documents about your target users. Competitor analysis, feature ideas, market research. Use the chat to clarify your thinking. Generate a mind map to visualize how features connect. Create a briefing document that outlines your app concept. Then take that research and create a detailed prompt for Antigravity. Describe what the app should do, who it's for, what features it needs, what the design should look like. Be specific. The clearer you are, the better the result. Paste that prompt into Antigravity. Review the plan the agents create. Approve it if it looks good. Let the agents build. They'll work for 10 to 20 minutes, depending on complexity. Review the screenshots and recordings they generate. Request changes if needed. Iterate until you have what you want. Total time for simple to medium complexity apps is usually 1 to 3 hours. Compare that to traditional development. Weeks of planning, weeks of coding, weeks of testing. What used to take a month now happens in an afternoon. Let me talk about what these tools are actually good for. NotebookLM excels at research and planning. Antigravity excels at building functional prototypes and working apps. Productivity tools like habit trackers, educational apps like flashcard systems, business tools like booking calendars. What you cannot do is build complex enterprise software or apps that need advanced security features. Antigravity is designed for prototypes and functional applications, not production-grade enterprise systems. Common mistakes with NotebookLM: not uploading enough context. Quality of output depends on quality of sources. Forgetting to use the chat customization. That 10,000 character limit exists for a reason. Not verifying citations. Click through and verify accuracy. Common mistakes with Antigravity: giving vague prompts. Be specific about what kind of app, who's using it, and what features matter. Not reviewing the plan before approving it. The agents build exactly what you approve, expecting perfection on the first try. You'll need to iterate, but the iteration process is fast. Here are specific workflow tips. For NotebookLM, start with a clear question or goal. Use the mind map to visualize connections. Export data tables to Google Sheets if you need to manipulate data further. For Antigravity, always use plan mode to see the agent's thinking before executing. Use concrete examples in your prompts. Describe specific design patterns or color schemes instead of saying, make it look modern. Describe the exact user flow instead of just saying, add authentication. Let the agents test the UI automatically and capture screenshots. The learning curve is different for each tool. NotebookLM is easy. Upload files and ask questions. Most people understand it in 10 minutes. Antigravity takes longer because you're learning to communicate with AI agents effectively. You don't need to know how to code. You need to describe what you want clearly. That's a different skill. The hardest part isn't the tools. It's learning to think in terms of outcomes instead of steps. You're not telling Antigravity how to build something. You're telling it what to build and why. That mental shift takes practice. If you're looking to dive deeper into AI tools and actually implement them in your work, I recommend AI Profit Boardroom. Over 2,000 people learning how to use AI effectively. Everyone shares real experiences. What's working, what's not. Which tools are worth your time, which ones to skip. No hype, just solid information and practical guidance from people doing the work. It's helped me stay on top of updates and figure out how to actually apply them. Link in description if you want to check it out. If you want the full process, SOPs, and 100+ AI use cases like this one, join the AI Success Lab. Links in the comments and description. You'll get all the video notes from there, plus access to our community of 46,000 members who are crushing it with AI. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.